Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Uh-huh.
Today, we'll be looking at a work that's been a cornerstone of personal development for over a century, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen.
It's amazing how relevant this book still is.
Yeah, I mean, you hear that title, and you kind of think,
Very old-fashioned.
yeah, exactly. You think like stuffy old dudes with monocles, but actually, it's really not like that at all.
It's very accessible.
So what is it about? What's the big idea here?
Well, the core concept is that our thoughts really do shape our lives. They act as seeds
Oh, I like that.
that grow into our actions and circumstances.
Okay, so like if you're planting negative thoughts, you're going to get negative results?
Precisely. It's like if your mind is a garden, are you planting flowers or are you planting weeds?
So it's not just about like, you know, slapping a happy face sticker on everything and pretending to be positive.
Not at all. It's about being conscious of what you're putting out there.
Intentionality.
Yes, being intentional with your thoughts and recognizing the power they have.
I like that. So James Allen, how does he actually lay this all out?
Well, he uses this really powerful metaphor of thoughts as seeds. Just like a plant grows from a seed, our circumstances grow from our thoughts.
Okay, so give me an example. How does that actually work in real life?
Let's say you're constantly worried about failing at your new job.
Oh gosh, been there.
Right, so you're thinking, what if I mess up? What if I'm not good enough? Alan would say those thoughts of failure are actually planting seeds of doubt.
And those seeds can grow into reality.
Exactly. Your anxiety might make you hesitant, less likely to take risks.
You might start making mistakes because you're so worried about making mistakes.
Exactly. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So my thoughts can actually impact my actions and even my performance.
Precisely. On the flip side, if you plant seeds of confidence, visualize yourself succeeding.
Okay.
Those thoughts can lead to actions that breed success.
So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about aligning my thoughts with my goals.
Absolutely. And that's a really important distinction because it's not about denying negative thoughts altogether.
Right.
It's about recognizing them
Yeah.
and choosing to focus on thoughts that empower you and move you towards where you want to be.
Interesting. So we're talking about taking control of our thoughts rather than letting them control us.
Exactly. And this leads us to another fascinating aspect of Alan's work,
Okay.
the mind-body connection.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He was way ahead of his time in understanding how our thoughts impact our physical health.
So we're not just talking about, mental and emotional well-being here.
Right. This is about our physical bodies, too.
Yeah.
Alan argued that harboring negative thoughts, like worry and anxiety, can actually manifest physically.
Give me an example.
Imagine you're constantly stressed about an upcoming presentation.
Of the worst.
You're thinking, what if I freeze up? What if I forget everything? That worry, according to Alan, can create tension in your body.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You might experience headaches, digestive issues, even insomnia.
Wow. So my anxiety about public speaking could actually be contributing to my recurring headaches.
It's certainly a possibility. Our thoughts and emotions trigger physical responses.
Wow. I never really thought about it like that.
And on the flip side, cultivating feelings of calmness and joy can have a positive impact on your well-being. Think about how relaxed and energized you feel after a good meditation session.
Or like a walk in nature.
Exactly. Alan would argue that those positive feelings are a direct result of your thoughts.
So it's not just about, thinking happy thoughts.
Yeah.
It's about cultivating a genuine state of inner peace.
Yes. And that's a powerful idea.
Very powerful. Okay, so we've talked about thoughts as seeds, the mind-body connection. Where do we go from here?
Well, this is where Alan's ideas about success get really interesting.
All right, let's talk about success. All right, let's talk about success because I think a lot of people equate success with, money, fame, power.
Right, the external markers of achievement.
Exactly. But Allen seems to have a different perspective.
He does. He challenges this idea that success is purely about external factors.
Okay, so what is it about then, according to Allen?
For Alan, true success is an inner game.
Interesting. Okay.
It's about aligning your thoughts, your actions, and your values.
So it's not just about achieving a certain level of wealth or status.
It's about living a life that is in harmony with your deepest beliefs.
And how do we achieve that kind of success?
Well, Alan uses the example of a businessman who achieves prosperity.
Okay.
But it's not by chance.
Right.
This businessman, he persistently visualizes his goals.
Okay.
And he consistently works towards them, even when he faces setbacks.
So it's not enough to just daydream about what I want. I have to actually put in the work.
Exactly. You need to nurture those seeds you've planted in your mental garden.
I like that analogy.
It's about aligning your thoughts with your actions.
Okay.
And this is where discipline comes in, something Alan strongly emphasizes.
Discipline. Okay.
It's about training your mind to focus on your goals and not get sidetracked by distractions or, negative self-talk. It takes effort. But it's that mental discipline that allows you to stay the course even when things get challenging.
Because let's be real, things don't always go according to plan. We all face setbacks, right?
Absolutely. And Alan actually has a really refreshing perspective on failure.
Oh, yeah. What does he say about that?
He doesn't see it as an endpoint.
Okay.
He views it as a stepping stone to growth.
So it's not about avoiding failure altogether. It's about how we respond to it.
Exactly. Think about a time when you stumbled. Maybe you missed a deadline at work or didn't get the promotion you were hoping for.
Oh, yeah. I've had my share of those.
Alan would encourage you to analyze the situation, learn from your mistakes, adjust your approach. He actually sees adversity as a teacher, refining our character and making us stronger.
Okay, so instead of beating myself up over a mistake, I should look for the lesson in it.
Precisely. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this setback to grow and improve?
Yeah, that's a much more empowering way to look at it.
And it ties in beautifully with Alan's definition of happiness.
Because for Alan, it's not about chasing fleeting pleasures.
Right? He sees true happiness as something much deeper.
Okay, like what?
It's about mastering your thoughts, living in harmony with your values, and contributing to the well-being of others.
So it's about finding that sense of inner peace and purpose.
Exactly. He contrasts the fleeting satisfaction of indulging in immediate gratification with the deeper, more lasting fulfillment that comes from a disciplined and meaningful life.
That makes a lot of sense. Sometimes I catch myself, getting caught up in the pursuit of external validation. And it never seems to last. Alan's perspective is a good reminder to focus on what truly matters.
And that's where his practical advice comes in.
Oh, yeah. Does he give any specific tips?
He does. He provides some really concrete techniques for cultivating positive thoughts.
Like what?
Well, one of the key practices is mindfulness.
Mindfulness. That's a big one these days.
It's about becoming more aware of what's going on in your mind, catching those negative thought patterns before they spiral out of control.
So it's not about ignoring negative thoughts altogether, but about being more aware of them.
Exactly. It's about acknowledging those thoughts without judgment and then consciously choosing to shift your focus to something more constructive.
Okay. I can see how that would be helpful.
Alan actually suggests a daily practice where you spend 5 minutes simply observing your thoughts, much like you would observe clouds passing in the sky.
Huh. That's interesting.
It helps you detach from those thoughts and see them for what they are. Just thoughts, not facts.
So I'm not my thoughts.
Exactly. You have the power to choose which thoughts you give your attention to.
Okay. What else? Any other techniques?
Another powerful one is setting clear intentions.
Intentions.
It's not enough to just daydream about what you want.
Yeah.
You have to visualize it clearly and then back it up with consistent action.
Right. So it's that combination of vision and action that creates real momentum towards your goals.
Exactly. You're essentially planting the seed of intention in your mind and then nurturing it with focused effort.
Okay. I like that.
This is something that comes up a lot in modern personal development too, the power of visualization.
So Alan was really ahead of his time in a lot of ways.
He really was. He understood the power of the mind to shape our reality.
This is all making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But how do we deal with those moments of, doubt and discouragement? Are we supposed to just pretend everything is rosy all the time?
That's where gratitude comes in.
Gratitude. Right.
Alan emphasizes the importance of appreciating what we have, even while striving for improvement.
So finding that balance between contentment and growth.
Exactly. He would say that practicing gratitude helps us shift our focus away from what we lack and onto what we already have, which can be incredibly powerful in shifting our overall mindset.
So even when things are tough, taking time to appreciate the good things in our lives can help us stay positive and motivated.
Absolutely. And here's the key takeaway, Alan, is reminding us that we have a choice in the matter.
A choice.
We can choose to dwell on negativity, or we can choose to cultivate a more positive and purposeful mindset.
And those choices, those thoughts are ultimately what shape our reality.
Precisely. It's a big responsibility.
Yeah, it is.
But also incredibly empowering.
Wow. It's amazing how much one book can make you rethink your entire approach to life.
It really is. And even though it was written over a century ago as a man thinketh, still feels so relevant today.
Definitely timeless wisdom. As we wrap up our deep dive into this work, what's the most impactful takeaway for you?
For me, it's the emphasis on personal responsibility.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't shy away from that, does he?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Alan reminds us that we are the authors of our own lives. Our thoughts, choices, actions, they all add up to the reality we experience.
Yeah, it's easy to play the victim, blame external circumstances for our problems.
It is, but Alan challenges us to look inward. He's saying, stop making excuses. Own your thoughts. Own your life.
That's powerful.
You have more power than you think to shape your destiny.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It means we're not just, pawns in some cosmic game.
Right. We have agency. We have the ability to change, to grow, to create a better future. And it all starts with our thoughts.
Those seeds we plant in our mental garden.
Exactly. Makes you wonder, if you could plant one seed of thought today to grow your ideal future, what would it be?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Let me think about that for a second.
What positive, empowering thought would you choose to nurture?
For me, I think it would be a seed of courage.
Courage.
Yeah. The courage to pursue my dreams, to step outside my comfort zone, to embrace the unknown.
That's beautiful. What about you?
What seed would you plant?
I think I'd plant a seed of resilience. The ability to bounce back from setbacks, to learn from my mistakes, and to keep moving forward even when things get tough.
We all need a little more of that.
Don't we? It's like Alan's handing us a blueprint to a better life.
Yeah.
And saying, here you go, now build something amazing.
He really does provide a roadmap for personal growth, doesn't he?
Absolutely. There's a passage from the book that really captures this for me.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Alan writes, mind is the master power that molds and makes. And man is mind, and evermore he takes the tool of thought, and shaping what he wills, brings forth 1,000 joys, 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret, and it comes to pass. Environment is but his looking glass.
Wow. That's beautiful and so true.
It really speaks to the power of our thoughts to shape our reality.
As a Man Thinketh, a timeless masterpiece.
It really is. It offers such profound insights into the power of our thoughts.
And our potential to create a life of purpose, meaning, and happiness.
It's a call to action, a reminder that we are all capable of greatness.
And that journey begins with a single thought.
So go out there and plant some seeds of greatness.
The garden of your life awaits.